So, you're thinking about moving to Great Falls, Virginia, but you'd kind of like to know the good and the bad, the pros and the cons before you decide to make that big move? Well, in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to be covering. I'm bringing you the good, the bad, maybe even the ugly about living in Great Falls, Virginia. First time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, working, and playing in Northern Virginia, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap that bell for notifications so that you'll never miss a video. My name's Amanda and the team and I get calls every single day from people just like you looking to make their move to Northern Virginia, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, reach out on social, whatever works for you. We've got your back when you're making that move to Northern Virginia. So as I mentioned, today we're going to be sharing the pros and the cons of living in Great Falls, Virginia. And let's go ahead and just start with the cons, get the bad news out of the way. The number one con of living in Great Falls, Virginia is, surprise, surprise, high cost of living. Great Falls is an extremely expensive place to call home. It's right up there with McLean. They are neck and neck for the most expensive place to call home, not just in Northern Virginia, but in all of the state of Virginia. If you're living in Great Falls, the total cost of living is going to run you on average about 119% more than the national overall cost of living. And housing is where it really gets ugly in Great Falls. It's going to run you 347% higher than the national average for cost of housing. Groceries in Great Falls are also going to run you about 21% more than the national average, as well as transportation coming in at 34.6% higher than the national average. Con number 2 is limited dining and entertainment options. And Great Falls is a very small town, and that's one of the pros about living there. But in terms of your options for both dining and entertainment, it really lacks in that category. Now, none of them are very far away, but if you are looking to be able to have a lot of options just right at your doorstep, well, Great Falls may not be the right place for you. Con number 3 is walkability or lack thereof. If you are looking for a location in Northern Virginia where you can walk to the grocery store or to go out to dinner or just to run your daily errands, well, Great Falls probably isn't going to check that box unless you don't mind walking, a couple miles. I would say 1 to 2 miles depending on where you are in Great Falls. It is, even though it's really close to Tyson's Corner and only about 15 miles outside of Washington, D.C., it really has more of a rural feel than a lot of the areas in Northern Virginia, and because of that, it's not highly walkable. That leads right into con number 4, which is limited public transportation. If you are living in Great Falls, chances are you're really going to need a car in order to get around and take care of your daily needs, probably also in order to get to work or to drive yourself to somewhere close by that does offer public transportation. Great Falls just was not designed for that. The homes are on very large lots in most cases. It's all single family homes. And because of that, there's just not a robust transportation system. Very important to know, because if that's high on your list, Great Falls probably isn't going to be the best place for you to land. Con number 5 is traffic. Great Falls is no exception to the traffic that occurs here in the DMV. It's just a way of life here. It is in every single one of our pros and cons videos, and particularly during rush hour, getting in and out of Great Falls on, say, Georgetown Pike in particular, traffic absolutely backs up. There's just too many people for the volume that the roads are able to accommodate. So you definitely want to plan if you're going to be running around either during rush hour or even weekends. Make sure you plan ahead because you're definitely going to hit some traffic. Con number 6 is, I think, more of a personal opinion, but I'm gonna throw it out there because it is something to know, and it's a little bit unique in terms of the Great Falls area. And that is, a lot of the homes are on well and septic, so it's private systems. And again, it really depends on what your personal preference is. I grew up with a well, never had any issues. We have a home now that has a septic system. And as long as you properly maintain them and definitely get your inspections done when you're purchasing those properties, I really don't think it's an issue. But I have had plenty of clients over the years that say absolutely no well or septic. I want to be on that city sewer and then city water as well. So just something to keep in mind if you're doing your research and considering purchasing in Great Falls. So now let's take a look at the pros of living in Great Falls, Virginia. Talk about why it is such a popular and sought after place to call home. And the number one reason is going to be location. Great Falls is only about 15-20 miles from Washington, D.C., so it's a very reasonable commute if you want to head into the city where all the action is, or if you're going to be working in the city. And Great Falls is very unique in that it's in this fantastic location, not too far from Washington, D.C., just a few minutes to Tyson's Corner, but it is a more peaceful, rural setting in comparison to other areas in Northern Virginia. So it has a lot going for it as far as you're super close to the action, but if you've got, say, that high stress job, really demanding, you can come home and relax a little bit and have that privacy and peaceful setting in Great Falls. Great Falls is also only 6.8 miles to Reston Town Center, so if you're looking to get out and have some more shopping and dining options, you are very close by to there. As I mentioned, it's just a few minutes to Tyson's Corner, which also has copious amounts of shopping, dining, and entertainment options. And Great Falls is very close, within 30 minutes, to both of our local airports, which are Dulles and Reagan. Pro number 2 for Great Falls, Virginia is its natural beauty. Great Falls is truly a gorgeous place to call home. You will see that you have larger lot sizes, so there's a lot of trees and grass. It's also just a couple minutes to Great Falls Park, which is visited by people from all over the world. It is the best place, in my opinion, in Northern Virginia to see just this beautiful 800-acre park and the water running through. It is absolutely stunning to get that look at the Potomac. And the other thing about Great Falls is just its beauty of nature. It is that more rural setting, like I mentioned, and it's not something that you will find a lot of, particularly in Fairfax County. And with its location, it is just sort of a rare gem in Northern Virginia. Pro number 3 are the excellent schools. And Fairfax County in general, the school system is highly sought after and well ranked. But Great Falls stands out even more from there. Niche.com ranks the Great Falls schools as an A+, and Great Falls is home to Langley High School, which is consistently ranked in the top 5 high schools in all of the state of Virginia. The caliber of schools in Great Falls has always been a big draw to the area. So if you're looking for something in Northern Virginia that has highly ranked schools, be sure to look into the schools that are in Great Falls. Pro number 4 for Great Falls is the homes. On average, homes in Great Falls are situated on 1.25 acres, and by Northern Virginia standards, that is a lot of land. You won't find any master planned communities in Great Falls, and over half of the homes are not in an HOA. So very different from your Ashburn, Chantilly, Aldi area. Think private pools and 3-car garages. A lot of these homes are the type of homes that you would see in a magazine. They are absolutely gorgeous. I find myself regularly taking the long way just so that I can drive through Great Falls because it really is that beautiful. Something else you will notice about the homes in Great Falls: there are no townhomes, no condos, no duplexes, no patio homes, none of that. It is only single family homes in all of Great Falls. Pro number 5 for Great Falls is a very low crime rate. The violent crime rate in Great Falls is non-existent, and it is one of the safest places in Northern Virginia to call home. So if having that really low crime rate is high on your list, be sure to check out Great Falls. So there you have it, the pros and the cons of living in Great Falls, Virginia. If you have the budget and you're looking for an area that's peaceful while still being minutes to all of the action and has highly rated schools, Great Falls is definitely worth checking out. As always, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, reach out on social, whatever works for you. We've got your back when you're making that move to Northern Virginia. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.